Here's our tail of the tape. Brought to you by Bud Light. Hasna Yaver is 12 years older than Dakota Ditcheva. Ditcheva is 3 inches taller, has an 11-inch reach on the arms, but only a 1-inch reach advantage on the legs. Andy Shepard, take it away.
The following is a 2023 PFL Europe qualifying contest in the women's flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. She is a kickboxing specialist, standing 5 feet 5 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 125 pounds and holds a professional record of 4 wins and a single defeat. Fighting out of Rabat, Morocco, this Hasna Yaver. And her opponent fighting out of the red corner. She's a Muay Thai specialist and stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 126 pounds and holds a professional record of 5 victories and no defeats. Fighting out of Manchester, England, Dakota Ditcheva.
That's where Dakota Ditcheva's world championship pedigree comes from. Her mother, the former world champion kickboxer.
Your referee in charge, Rich Mitchell.
Start back.
Rich Mitchell to oversee the action for this PFL Europe qualifier. Dakota Ditcheva
Ready.
in the maroon.
Ready. Let's go.
Hasna in the gray. No touch of the gloves. We are underway at 125 pounds. Ditcheva switching stances. Slips outside of the range of Hasna Yaver and slaps her with a jab.
Hasna throwing some serious bombs, overhand shots. Ditcheva utilizing that long range with her kicks, keeping her on the outside.
Nice slip and rip there from Dakota. Push kick drops Hasna Yaver and then the right hand after it.
Nice job by Dakota keeping that underhook shallow, using that elbow to frame her out and keep distance where she can create some space and let her hands go in this clinch range.
Yaver looking out of her element here. She's hurt to the body. That's it.
The end of the fight. Rich Mitchell waves it off the knee.
Yeah, there are some brutal knees that she took early.
Women's flyweight European qualifier fight is finished. Andy Shepard has the official call.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Rich Mitchell has called a stop to the action at 58 seconds of round number 1. Declaring your winner via submission due to strikes, Dakota Ditcheva.
Dakota stayed calm. Hasna really was looking for some big shots. Dakota kept the proper range, had some great kicks. There's one going upstairs, landed right on the neck, Muay Thai style. Here she is using that teep to the body. That knocked Hasna down, followed up with a little blitz there. Hasna did her best to try to get to a clinch position, but it was these knees. There's the kick again. Gets her off base. Beautifully timed shot there. And here are the knees. You go for the underhooks, you open the body. Just well placed. Right to the gut. You see Hasna feel that. She's looking at the ref. She says she wants out. She's like, I'm good. Yeah, no more of those. Just precision. It doesn't need to be a big shot. It just needs to be an accurate shot right to the body. Those are the shots that will fold anybody. Beautiful signature Muay Thai strikes from that clinch. Excellent head position. And there's Conan, one of the head coaches over at American Top Team. He is a happy coach. And Caroline Pierce is with Dakota's mom, Caroline.
I am indeed. Lisa, I know you have every confidence in your daughter, but did you expect the finish to be as fast as that?
No, I mean, I can't say I did. At this level, I hoped, and I expected it to have gone a bit further. It's a lot of training that she's put in, a lot of commitment and a long time, and I know, although she, you know, it's great to have a fast finish, I know she would have wanted it to go that little bit further.
And in terms of the finish, talk about the knees. I'm sure that's something you've drilled and she's practiced many times in training. Talk us through the finish. I know you're watching the replay as well.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see it actually from where I was sitting, but watching it back on the replay, you know, I've been at the end of those knees wearing, you know, a thick body pad, and I know her training colleagues will say the same thing, those knees hurt. I think it's deceiving because she's such a slight build, but she is so powerful, and I know in the gym when she uses those knees, it's difficult to deal with.
Outstanding performance. I'm sure you're a very proud mum. Back to you, Sean.
All right, Caroline, I am here with our winner, Dakota Ditcheva, victorious, still undefeated in your mixed martial arts career. So the finish, a little confusing, right? The knee lands and she waves it off. I didn't see it. You didn't know what was going on. When did it sink in that, oh, I just won this fight?
When he jumped in and stopped it, I was a little bit like, well, what's going on, to be honest, because I knew the knee hit the stomach and not the private, so I didn't know what the stoppage was, to be honest. But
immediately after, you were pretty emotional. You've dried the tears right now. Explain for me those feelings.
It's just been a long time coming. Like this, obviously PFL have just given me like my dream. This is kind of everything I've worked for. So to finally be able to come and perform on a stage like this is just what I've been working towards my whole life. So it's a big moment for me. Obviously, my first fight out of ATT as well in America. So I wanted to do them proud and put on a performance for Conan and show him like the start of the journey that we're on now.
Well, the journey will continue because you just qualified for the 2023 PFL Europe season. Still undefeated, Dakota Ditcheva. Our Tale of the Tape is brought to you by Geico. Catherine Corginas is 33 years of age. Dakota Ditcheva still only 24. Ditcheva, the taller fighter, has a significant reach advantage of 6 inches on the arms, only 1 inch on the legs, though. Miguel Flores gets the ladies started.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue the action in the PFL Smart Cage for a women's flyweight showcase bout. Introducing first in the blue corner, she is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialist standing at 5 feet 7 inches tall. She weighed in at 124 1/4 pounds. She stands undefeated with 3 victories coming by way of stoppage. Fighting out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, here is Catherine the Animal Corginas. And now introducing her opponent in the red corner, she is a Muay Thai specialist, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall. She weighed in at 125 1/2 pounds. Her record also undefeated at 6 victories, including 5 wins by knockout. Fighting out of Manchester, England, here is dangerous Dakota Ditcheva. Your referee in charge, Dan Mergliata.
Corginas in the gray, Ditcheva in the red, 125-pound showcase bout. Overseen by Dan Mergliata.
You ready? Let's go, fight.
No touch of the gloves, and we are underway. Ditcheva switches stances after that kick attempt. Back to the southpaw. Now Orthodox will see her switch back and forth throughout this fight. Corginas steps in behind the right hand there, not able to catch hold of Dakota Ditcheva.
And Corginas just needs to be careful getting that chin way too high up in the air. She needs to be able to tuck that chin. Dakota will definitely find it.
Front kicks again from Dakota Ditcheva.
Very relaxed, Dakota. Very relaxed.
Her PFL debut featured a lot of clinch work so far, all out from distance. Nice right hand. And there's the clinch.
Let's undo it.
And it's going to be a battle of two types of clinches. Kordzinas, of course, looking for the takedown. Ditcheva will look to stay in this clinch and try to set up knees to the body
Very good.
and shots upstairs with her punches.
Good. Pull that out. Fingers out of the cage. Very good. Move away.
Ditcheva has relocated her camp to Coconut Creek. American Top Team Conan Silveira is in her corner, as is her brother, an accomplished kickboxer himself, Cody Ditchev.
My breathing together, Dakota. My breathing there. Yes. She don't want to get it. She wants to get it.
This is where Kordzinas wants this fight, Randy. Pressed up against the cage, her kind of initiating these clinches.
Absolutely, and I'm not surprised to see her try to get to this position, especially after all the front kicks she took so far in this round. See if she can try and find a way to get this fight to the ground. Ditcheva doing a good job of staying inside, repummeling, staying on that body, which is exactly where she wants to be in that Muay Thai clinch.
Yeah, Ditcheva doing a great job of getting those underhooks as well. Now trying to push the arm, and she will land knees with the quickness. Saw in her last fight dropping her opponent with a knee to the body, finishing the fight. Here she is on top.
Work the combination. Don't get stressed on
Trying
that
to
position.
decide if Ditcheva started that takedown and put this fight on the ground.
Hammer fist here in front of our broadcast position, coming from the left hand of Dakota Ditcheva. Now Kordzinas is able to recover a guard.
Yeah, and Dakota feels that, you know, her ground game is vastly underrated. She's been working very hard on that.
Yes, very good. Watch the arm. Very good.
Sweep attempt there from Kordzinas.
Yeah, it looks like she was either trying to go for a sweep or an arm lock attempt, and Dakota did a good job of getting that shin pin there.
More hammer fist from the top. Ditchev steps out. Goes to work on the legs of Catherine Kordzinas.
Nice long levers on Ditcheva. She uses them great. That teep is awesome to keep like a jab. And even on the ground, she stays postured and uses those long arms and long legs to her advantage.
Argliata stands Catherine Kordzinas up. Back to the center of the smart cage.
Yeah, 100%, Randy. And not only do those front kicks to the body hurt and take the energy out of you, but it also sets up shots upstairs with roundhouse kicks.
Take a look inside the red corner of Dakota Ditcheva.
Very good kick. In and out. Who's the cage? Who's the cage? Who's the cage? Very good. Move away.
Yeah. Yes.
Nice work by Catherine Kordzinas to catch one of those front kicks from Dakota Ditcheva, but then excellent counter wrestling from Ditcheva to pummel in.
Yeah, great job with the balance, keeping this on the feet, and doing a great job of pummeling in and getting chest to chest. Look for her to circle towards that underhook and find a way to trade places. Kordzinas now. Kordzinas doing a great job of staying, keeping her back against the fence.
There's a plum and a right hand.
Big one.
Dakota Ditcheva, right hand and a hammer fist. Another knockout for Dakota Ditcheva.
Just nasty stuff in the clinch.
Making people pay with those long levers. She does a great job of knowing her distance, both on the ground and on her feet.
Yeah, and if you think she's just a Muay Thai expert, you are sadly mistaken. She's showing she can do it all inside the smart cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 4 minutes and 20 seconds of round number 1. For your winner by knockout, dangerous, Dakota Ditcheva.
All right, I'm here with our winner, Dakota Ditcheva, a first round knockout victory. Kind of a repeat performance what we saw from you in London. You grab the tie clinch, you land the knee, the right hand ends up putting her away. How did it feel in there tonight?
Oh, that feels good. You know what? I woke up this morning and the first thing I saw on my phone was an interview she did about crushing my dreams. Let me tell you one thing. This hype train stops for nobody. I don't care who you are. This hype train will keep rolling. Just keep bringing them to me one by one. And like Brendan said, I woke up this morning and I'll choose violence every single day.
Well, let's talk about that hype train, because it's rolling now into 2023. You're expected, obviously, to be part of the Professional Fighters League plans, big plans for you in 2023. This win and the opportunity coming for you next year, what does it mean?
This is massive. I just want to say a massive thank you to PFL, because I honestly feel like I'm in a movie sometimes, like being in New York this week and being able to come back and compete and make my US debut and go out with a win like that. Just thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and I can't wait to kickstart PFL Europe next year, because you guys are doing amazing things for us fighters, so thank you so much.
But we'll take a look at the replay here. I want you to walk me through this sequence as you do your handiwork.
I don't actually remember it. Drop the knee, yeah. I knew she felt that knee straight away, and then the boxing I do with Gabriel at ATT, that right hand, straight away. He tells me how much power's in that right hand every session, and I'm starting to believe it myself now. My first knockout as well, so woo!
You put her all the way out. Now, still to come tonight, your fellow countryman, you referenced Brendan Loughnane. He's fighting for a 145-pound world championship and $1 million. Can you give me a prediction on our co-main event?
Brendan is bringing it home! Woo! Come on, Brendan!
Dakota Ditcheva, 2-0 now inside the PFL Smart Cage.
The following is a PFL Europe regular season contest in the women's flyweight division and is our co-main event. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. She is a striking specialist and stands 5 feet 5 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 125.6 pounds and in 9 professional bouts has earned a record of 5 wins and 4 losses. Fighting out of Örebro, Sweden, Malin Herminator Hermansson. And her opponent, fighting out of the red corner. She is a Muay Thai specialist and stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 125.5 pounds and holds a perfect professional record of 7 victories and no defeats. Fighting out of Manchester, England, dangerous Dakota Ditcheva. Your referee in charge, Rich Mitchell.
Rich Mitchell is equipped with the ref cam. Ditcheva in the red, Hermansson in the gray. No touch of the gloves, and we are underway in the co-main event here in Newcastle, England.
Movement and footwork early from Hermansson. She doesn't want her legs being chopped into by Dakota too early. She has got good head movement, but that can only solve problems with boxing. There's one of those leg kicks early.
It's a good way to deal with the leg kicks, making her miss. It's going to take a lot of energy to keep this up, though.
Hard inside low kick there from Dakota. Hermansson yet to open up.
Ditcheva very willing to switch stances, as we've seen a couple times already. Here's a clinch now. We've seen this big dividends for Dakota Ditcheva in the past. Pressing Hermansson against the cage.
Do we have Dakota trying to work for a takedown here, or is she just trying to work for frames so she can knee? She's using good head position at the moment.
Beautiful knee.
Brought that knee all the way up over the shoulder. Another nasty knee in the body. You heard the crowd.
This is where you don't want to be against Ditcheva. Her knees are very nasty.
Those knees to the head come from nowhere.
We saw her finish in this exact position.
Beautiful knee to the body in that finish.
The timing on her knees is different. She creates just a little bit of space. And at that point. Beautiful takedown.
Excellent work. Ditcheva just Hermanson pulled her right back and into side control.
Some good top control here from Dakota. Might be a shock to the system for Hermanson. May not have been expecting this kind of fight. A strong side control position for Dakota, trying to pacify her opponent here, who's still trying to escape.
Trying to move into full mount. Good defense so far from Hermanson.
Using that head position well. Good pressure, staying around the knees. Hermanson looking to invert here, trying to get herself back into an attacking position. Great movement by Dakota. Footwork on the feet.
I like seeing this from Ditcheva. I like seeing the growth in her game. We all know she can strike, but seeing more grappling for her is promising for the future.
And it would be a real statement if she's the only flyweight that gets the finish on the night.
You know, we had 2 split decisions earlier in the night in the flyweight division.
She's looking for a crucifix, it seems like.
She's also got the option to attack that arm around the back of her head. She's got Americana threats there. Oh yeah, there we go. She's trying to slide over that near side bicep, but Hermanson's got to wrap around her head right now. She's not going to do much with it, but she might be able to bridge and roll her over. If Dakota gets her hips too high here, she could be susceptible to being rolled. You can see the redness from that inside low kick already.
Okay, you've got to get busy here. You've got to show me something.
Oh, there we go. The arm's pinned.
Good job from Hermanson rolling into her.
Hermanson looking to scramble.
She's got the back and she's got it. That's the arms under the chin.
Beautiful.
A really good shot.
Victory for Dakota Ditcheva!
Referee Rich Mitchell has called a halt to the contest at 3 minutes and 52 seconds of round number 1. Declaring your winner due to submission via a rear naked choke. Dangerous Dakota Ditcheva!
All right, Dakota Ditcheva, submission victory from the striker, the kickboxer. Well, I'm not going to interrupt while you celebrate with Mom. I mean, come on. All right, still undefeated, but let's talk about the way that you got this one done. Nasty work in the clinch, and then you pull her back over your leg for the trip and the takedown landing right inside control. From the very beginning of this fight, did you want to showcase your ground skills?
Yeah, I really did, and I came out and I did it tonight, and I'm very proud of myself for that.
You should be proud. Incredible high-level finish. She scrambles to try and get out, and you pin the arm behind her back. She can't defend the rear naked choke. You cinch it in. Incredible work. Tell me how you're feeling right now.
I'm happy, you know. This week's been a lot. This is the first time that I felt like, well, it's the first time I've carried a show like this, co-main event. I am only 24, not been in the MMA game too long. It was a lot of pressure this week, a lot of new emotions, but I've enjoyed every second, and to come out and get the win again and show that I'm not just a striker in these flyweights. You need to be careful.
All right, well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about this flyweight division, because we saw 2 great fights earlier in your division, split decision victories. I know you're sitting back there assessing the competition. How do you feel like it stacks up to this point?
I mean, fair play, the girls are coming and giving it their all, but you get split decision wins. Like, you need to bring a bit more than that if you want to try and knock me out of this competition, because that's not going to work.
How does Paris in September sound?
I'm excited, but I feel a little bit sorry for the one that's going to face me next.
Dakota Ditcheva, ladies and gentlemen, still undefeated.
The following fight is a women's flyweight semi-final contest. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. She is a wrestling specialist and stands 5 feet 5 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 125.6 pounds and holds a record of 6 wins and 5 losses. Fighting out of Gothenburg, Sweden, Connie Future, Cornelia Hall. And her opponent fighting out of the red corner. She is a Muay Thai specialist and stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 124.7 pounds and holds a perfect professional record of 8 victories and no defeats. Fighting out of Manchester, England, dangerous Dakota Ditcheva! Your referee in charge, Derek Hickey.
Dakota Ditcheva in the red, Cornelia Holm in the gray. 3 5-minute rounds, playoff semifinal. Winner advances to face Valentina Skatici in Dublin for a $100,000 PFL Europe Championship.
Look at the change in the look in the eyes of Dakota Ditcheva right when the fight started. From smiling when she walked in to hunting her prey right now.
Already switching stances, opened with an inside leg kick out of the southpaw stance. There she goes to it again.
Such long limbs for this weight class as well, and she utilized them so well with that jab, but this is a good takedown for Holm.
Beautiful work. Nice scramble though from Ditcheva.
Cornelia Holm, strong work to get Dakota down. Dakota not conceding anything, right back to the feet, making Holm work for this one. There's that ATT room paying its dividends early for Dakota Ditcheva. Back to her feet, but Cornelia Holm pressing.
Looks like she's got 2 hands on 1 wrist here. She's trying to break this grip of Cornelia Holm, which is going to be difficult to do given how strong Holm is.
Nice job here from Ditcheva. Keeping her legs wide, so Holm won't drop to a double or a single.
Holm now all the way around the back if she wants to be.
Good knees to the thighs here.
I think this situation will give confidence to both women though. Holm with the takedown and Ditcheva with the get up.
Well, this is the adversity, Sean, that you were talking about. This healthy to feel this pressure sometimes, because if it gets too easy, you stop evolving. You stay the version that you are that's successful, right? If it's not broke, don't fix it. But if you can start finding some holes, some gaps in your game that can be improved, you're always going to continue evolving. And Holm is the kind of person that will find those gaps in your game.
She's doing a really good job so far, keeping Ditcheva up against the fence, wearing on her, making her work. Ditcheva's got a wizard here.
And I make the point all the time that this is not the most fan-friendly style of mixed martial arts, but it is as taxing and difficult as any other kind of fighting that you can experience inside of our smart cage or anywhere else. Both fighters here constantly flexing, pressing, the little micro muscles and the major muscle groups all having to work, sapping the gas tank. It's a brilliant strategy by Cornelia Holm to try and take the explosiveness and bounce off of Dakota Ditcheva, because if she can find space again, that's where she's really, truly dangerous.
No, and that's a great point, Sean, because like it's not only the muscle fatigue, but it's also the head pressure, the pressure into the body. Like she's driving her head into the face of Ditcheva right now. She's making it very uncomfortable. You can see this hook on the far side, keeping her trapped against the fence, but always driving her head in, forcing Dakota to deal with this pressure. Beautiful work by Cornelia Holm, and it's going to be exhausting for her because it's hard to know when to relax in these moments, right? This is where really good wrestlers like the Lazy King can be efficient. As a striker, it's very difficult to relax in these moments. It's unfamiliar to us.
She dropped down for a single, trying to go for a double again, but Ditcheva recognizes it. Back to the single. She may use it to go to the back of Ditcheva again.
And look, Dakota Ditcheva has been confident for good reason, because she puts in work with really high-level wrestlers, both male and female, people who can really push her. And now
there's the knees.
The knees coming up the center, right back on the attack. Holm trying to drive through this takedown attempt, and Ditcheva, excellent balance, does not concede. Now going to work right hand to the body of Cornelia Holm, who is dogged in the pursuit of a true takedown here.
That was perfect timing when Ditcheva was throwing those knees, because if you time that on the wrong moment,
you're going to eat one.
You're going to eat one and it's over.
And she's so close here to getting her hands together, or either around a leg or a hip. Great wrist control by Dakota, keeping these hands apart, but now her hands are together on a single leg. Can she get her hips into the fence and start to elevate? Great base from Ditcheva.
She's not giving Ditcheva any space to move away. Trying to close her hands, but Ditcheva is doing a really good job keeping her legs wide like this. So it's not possible for Holm to close her hands and lift her up.
Hard to see from this angle on the camera, but they are right in front of our broadcast position. Really nice cross-face that whole time from Dakota Ditcheva, who now goes back to work with some knees. Holm offers a few as well. A whole round of that cage wrestling pressure from Cornelia Holm. Ditcheva in the red, Cornelia Holm in the gray. Dakota.
Pressure on the feet now from Ditcheva.
Now, how does this change Ditcheva's striking game, knowing that Holm is going to be grabbing a hold of her at the first opportunity? She's got to try and fill that center channel with knees. Try and catch her on the way in, or potentially focus on takedown defense. Oh, big right hand. What a right hand that was.
It's a laser. She always hits her target with that right hand.
Gets a hold of the leg, though.
Cornelia Holm.
Good job by Ditcheva.
Grabbed a hold of that leg. Gonna have to adjust a little bit here.
Solid teep to the midsection as well. You can just tell the conditioning of Ditcheva. I mean, you can see the physicality on her, but, you know, in order for her to be so long and rangy at the weight class, she has to stay on point with her conditioning. Oh, she caught the leg. Could she get a takedown here?
Good balance from Ditcheva there, but Holm is back where she wants to be.
You've got to think the hours that Ditcheva spent doing this at American Top Team. Every coach in that building knows that people are going to try and do this to her. When she starts landing that crisp right hand or those knees to the chin, she's going to get closed down.
I mean, this is really what Cornelia Holm has to do. She ate that right hand, and then a high kick landed. Nasty leg kick as well from Ditcheva.
It looks like Holm's got her hands locked. Drops for a single.
Referee's not going to allow this to be a stalemate on the cage for an entire round like he was in round number 1. Wants to see more action here. Mentioned that during the break to both corners. And there is the stand-up. Cornelia Holm tries to go right back.
Sprawl.
Good sprawl, and then immediately back on the attack with that left high kick.
Beautiful left hand there by Ditcheva.
Oh, solid knee.
We saw her finish a fight in the PFL, I believe her PFL debut, with a similar knee. Here comes the right hand from Dakota.
Switching stances as well. Straight left, straight right, sets up both of her kicks, both power sides as well. Beautiful fluidity in the movement. You can see Cornelia Holm now starting to really feel the pressure. Desperate to get this fight to the floor. Beautiful, very nice. Now we're going to see Holm deal with the grappling skills of Ditcheva.
He's got a hold of the wrist. He's going to try and take it back. The one hook in. There's the second. Can she stretch her out?
2 hooks in.
Goes to work with the right hands.
Arm triangle possibly.
Heavy hips.
Something tells me Ditcheva's not going to try for a submission after that first round.
Trying to move back into mount.
And I needed to be together with that.
Ground and pound here from Ditcheva. Holm continuing to move. Make Ditcheva address the position first. Holm's going to need that underhook if she wants to get up from here.
Ditcheva is trying to get her forearm on the face of Holm to create space. And then those strikes again.
Nice short shots, while at the same time maintaining that head position.
Good work by Holm to get her legs back in the fight.
No surprise there.
Off. I mean, it's a small victory, but then this is your reward. Back on the feet with Dakota Ditcheva. Good level change here from Holm.
She goes again, pushes her back, but great balance by Ditcheva.
Guillotine.
Beautiful.
She's got a guillotine here. That looks tight.
It's very tight. Can she get the grip and elevate her right elbow, get the angle on that forearm across Cornelia Holm's
Job by Holm, pushing her head up.
If Holm gets this takedown, she's got to land outside of the guard, otherwise she's going to get trapped here.
Trying to hook the leg.
That is a tight squeeze. But the hands are locked for Cornelia Holm. Ditcheva has lost the grip on the choke.
It wasn't deep enough. Now she needs to let go because it'll be easier for Holm to lift her when she keeps a hold of that guillotine.
Really great takedown defense here, and all of this takedown defense from Ditcheva is exhausting for Holm as well, whose posture's broken, head's down. Look at this. Now you can see the difference. Look at the bend in her spine now. Before we had that head pressure. Now we don't have it anymore.
Round 3, Dakota Ditcheva in the red, Cornelia Holm in the gray. Sean O'Connell, Dan Hardy, Stefan Struve, cage side. Winner of this fight advances to the PFL Europe Women's Flyweight Championship in Dublin on December 8th. $100,000 and a nice shiny gold belt on the line there.
I think we're going to start seeing Dakota start throwing head kicks soon, setting up by her hands, because Holm's staying outside of her kicking range here. Dakota's going to have to step into range with a couple of punches and try and set the kicks up.
Holm's waiting for that for the level change. Dakota lands a right hand and then a right leg kick.
Trying to line Holm up to land a big shot, but the speed in the takedowns and the level change from Holm in those first 2 rounds surprised a lot of people, I think.
And we've got to remember what Dakota mentioned to Olivia earlier as well. She wants cage time. She wants time in there, experience. She doesn't want to get to 10-0, 12-0, 15-0, and have not had the time in there to understand the game fully. This is why her conditioning is so important. You've got to see this from Cornelia Holm's perspective as well. Ditcheva's moving constantly, switching her stance. So anytime you start to set something up, you've got to recalibrate when she switches her stance.
Check right hand landed.
A good leg kick from Ditcheva, but as you said, Sean, good right hand from Holm.
And that stabbing front kick and another leg kick from Ditcheva. Both of these women showing a little fatigue. Oh, there's a head kick. Good bounce still in the steps after some deep breaths.
Smart 3rd round for Dakota, keeping that kicking range with those long legs. Every single time she has come too close, it was Holm who made the level change and went for her legs. Or full leg kick.
Ditcheva might just be content to kick that front leg out from under Cornelia Holm for these final 3 minutes. We've seen kicks to the legs stop fights in the past. Oh, nice right hand. Landed behind the ear.
Ditcheva's doing a really good job of feinting with her hip as well. Now she knows that the low kick is really hurting her opponent. Watch her start feinting, twitching that hip. There she goes again.
Beautiful jab. And another. And finishing a combination with the attack to that lead leg. Cornelia Holm, toughness on display yet again. We saw it last time out. Won a split decision over Marta Walishek. After being dropped, good jab again from Dakota Ditcheva. Cornelia Holm, very difficult to put away.
Oh!
Dakota Ditcheva with the 3rd round finish!
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Derek Hickey calls a halt to the action at 2 minutes and 55 seconds of round number 3, declaring a winner via TKO and clinching her spot in the PFL Europe Championship, Dakota Ditcheva!
All right, Dakota Ditcheva, still undefeated as a professional, make it 7 pro knockouts now. This one was a liver shot straight left hand to the body. Was that part of training camp, or is that a read you made in this fight?
It's a shot I always work, but not something that was specific to this fight. I dropped my brother with it all the time, so yeah, I'm not surprised she went down, to be honest.
A little adversity in the first round. She pressed you against the cage. She was able to keep you there, maybe try to wear you out a little bit. What were you thinking heading into round number 2?
She was just like, just trying to hold, like she wasn't doing anything. She was just trying to stall the whole 5 minutes, which is boring. You want to see us fight, right?
Now you're headed to Dublin for a European Championship, $100,000 on the line against Valentina Skatici, who gets the walkover victory. How do you view that matchup?
Get her in now, I'll do it now. Let's get it over and done with. Give me the 100K.
Well, get her in right now. Here she is.
Yeah, get her some gloves. Somebody get her some.
All right, Valentina Skatici, now you know who your opponent's going to be. What do you think about a matchup with Dakota Ditcheva?
Yeah, for the first, congratulations for your match. And then I can wait to show you who is the real warrior.
Let's get a face-off between these two ladies.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following is a 6-figure fight. 5 rounds of action for the PFL Europe Women's Flyweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. She is an MMA specialist and stands 5 feet 3 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 124.5 pounds and holds an MMA record of 2 wins and 1 loss. Representing Italy and fighting out of Dublin, Ireland, Valentina Skatici. And her opponent fighting out of the red corner. She is a Muay Thai specialist and stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 124.5 pounds and holds a perfect undefeated record of 9 victories and no defeats. 8 wins coming by way of stoppage. Fighting out of Manchester, England, dangerous Dakota Ditcheva. Referee in charge, Dan Mulvaney.
Judge. Dakota in the red, Valentina in the gray. Sean O'Connell, Brendan Loughnane, and Dan Hardy on the broadcast desk for this one. Skatici in the southpaw stance, coming out aggressive.
Nice.
And running right into some strikes from Dakota Ditcheva.
I think this is the only way that Skatici can win this, make it there. Oh, lovely front kicks. Go on, Pickle. Beautiful.
This is good pressure though from Skatici. She's got to get around these legs. Oh, knees.
This clinched knee is, we saw Dakota Ditcheva finish a fight last year with that nasty to the body.
Nasty knee.
She's absolutely devastating in these tight positions.
Good head position here from Dakota. Nice knee to the head as well.
Nice tricky knee there from Dakota. Another one's coming, it looks like. Beautiful. There we go.
Now Skatici in on the entrance here, trying to get this, got the hands locked. See if she can get Dakota's hips off the cage. Put her on her back.
I mean, it's a good game plan from Skatici. It's the way she's got to win. It's not always pretty.
The smart thing to do though, right? Slow this fight down to 25 minutes. You've got to buy some time and get your lungs back under you.
I mean, the last thing she can do is stand at range with Dakota. We know that.
There's that strength you talked about, Brendan.
Exactly.
Good work by Dakota maintaining balance. And look at that. Skatici ripping to the body. Already some swelling under the left eye of the Italian.
Dakota's got to keep the center of the octagon here.
Can't question the gameness of Skatici.
Oh, beautiful.
Look at this tight plum. Every time Skatici gets close, Dakota Ditcheva.
I mean, there's that tenacity again, straight in, closes the distance. Nice turn from Dakota. She's very effective with the knees here on the fence.
Really good, actually, just curves them into the midsection like that.
Real Muay Thai, beautiful
Real
to
Muay
watch.
Thai, yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
And that'll drain the gas tank as well.
And you can see, I mean, the pain on the face of Valentina Skatici as she tries to shrink that space, shrink that target that Dakota Ditcheva has available to her.
Dakota very smart here, using aggression, putting her on the fence, slipping that right knee up the side. It's a beautiful technique from Dakota.
And all coming from that head position as well, forcing her opponent to turn into the knee with her head.
Good little off balance there. Dakota tried to drag Valentina Skatici. Oh, nice right hand. Drives it straight
was
through.
clean. That beautiful from Dakota, beautiful pump. This could be it, guys. But there's that toughness again.
It's going to take a lot to get Valentina Skatici out of this opportunity. She knows what's at stake. $100,000 and a place in the PFL's global future for whoever wins this fight.
Dakota with fantastic head position here. I really like the way she uses the pressure.
And the use of the tie clinch as well. You very, very rarely see it in MMA. I mean, only the likes of Anderson Silva really mastered that position, but Dakota uses it so well.
More pain on the face of Skatici, whose body has taken a ton of damage, and now Dakota goes upstairs.
I mean, we're sat close here. Them knees are devastating.
Look at the left eye of Valentina Skatici, already severely swollen, not even through round one.
Good effort there. Valentina needs to square up and close this distance where these knees are coming through. Got to try and hustle off the fence, get in on the legs. There we go. That's a better move from her. If she switches to a single, she might have a better time of trying to finish this, but Dakota's going to have great takedown defense because, of course, this is what she expects from everybody she fights.
I mean, Dakota also needs to be careful here to not go too hard too early because, you know, this girl's really tough. It's a 5-round fight. You have to be careful here. But great work from Skatici here.
1 minute left. Skatici wrestling right in front of her own corner. John Cavanaugh, SBG coach, they're guiding her along.
Comes from a great team, they both do.
Dakota's done a considerable amount of damage in one round. That's going to be lingering for the next 20 minutes if it goes that distance.
I love the way she uses the palm there because obviously no elbows in the PFL. You have to adjust with things like this.
And we know how effective a palm strike can be. Bas Rutten, palm strike to the liver.
I mean, you look at the work by Valentina Skatici, a lot of effort expended to try and get Dakota down. And look, that eye, guys, we might not see number 2 with that eye looking like it does.
I think the doctor's going to step in and stop this. I don't think she's going to be able to see out of that eye.
Another right hand there from Dakota Ditcheva, banking an unbelievable first round.
I mean, I've seen some eyes in my time, Dan, but that one is incredibly swollen.
They don't really even have the end swell on it right now. They're working on the ear, the cauliflower ear. That's 1 round worth of damage from Dakota Ditcheva.
Oh, wow.
Doctor says she's ready to fight.
No, they're going to bring the doctor in now. This is the guy in the blue gloves here. The referee will call a timeout. The doctor will be called in.
Look how tough Skatici is.
Yeah, she's game.
She's ready to go.
Valentina Skatici lying to the doctor and saying, I can see.
Checking for a fracture in the orbital bone here. You can see him just kind of feeling around this swelling to make sure. It looks to me as if Valentina's told him the right number of fingers. She might be pulling a Bisping off here. She might be getting away with this.
He's right here in front of our position. Right. He asked, can you see? She said yes. And then he held up 2 fingers.
Oh, that's really bad, guys.
That's the end of the fight.
Good call. Good call.
For the sake of fighter safety, that is the right thing to do, absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mavahedi calls a halt to the action at 5 minutes of round number 1.
Declaring your winner via TKO on medical advice due to the fighter being unable to continue. Declaring your winner and 2023 women's flyweight champion, Dakota Ditcheva!
Another incredible performance by dangerous Dakota Ditcheva. Now in the smart cage with Sean O'Connell.
All right, thank you, Stefan Struve. I'm here with Dakota Ditcheva, flyweight champion in PFL Europe. Let's talk about that first round damage. The clinch was beautiful, the knees to the midsection and the face. You swelled her eyes shut. Did you know it was over when you headed back to your corner?
Yeah, I could see she couldn't see out of it like the last 30 seconds, so I'm surprised they didn't stop it straight away, because that's why I was pointing at. There was no way the doctor was letting her out with that eye.
How do you feel about the performance? Dan Hardy and Brendan Loughnane were both saying you have the best knees in all of mixed martial arts right now. Regardless of division, man or woman, they say you've got the best knees. Do you agree?
Joe, it's funny because in Thai boxing, I never thought my clinch was any good. And then it came over to MMA, and now I seem to be using it all the time, so I'll take that one.
Well, you have the European flyweight strap. PFL has acquired Bellator, global MMA powerhouse, endless possibilities. What's next for Dakota Ditcheva?
Anything. Give me whoever you want, get me to fight wherever you want. I'll stay in Europe, I'll go to America, I'll clean them all out. Just give them to me one by one.
Well, I saw you come running over after the win. You said, give me the money. That's Pete Murray's job. So here's the big check. Dakota Ditcheva, your first ever women's flyweight European champion, $100,000 a belt, and an unlimited potential from Dakota Ditcheva. One more time, ladies and gentlemen. Dangerous.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following fight takes place in the regular season of the PFL Women's Flyweight Division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. She is a kickboxing specialist and stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. She went in officially at 125 3/4 pounds, and in a 9-fight career has earned a record of 6 wins and 3 losses. Fighting out of Orange, California, Lisa Molden! And her opponent, fighting out of the red corner. She's a Muay Thai specialist and stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. She went in officially at 125 1/4 pounds. And she holds a perfect, undefeated record of 10 victories and no defeats. She is the 2023 PFL Europe Women's Flyweight Champion. Fighting out of Manchester, England, dangerous Dakota Ditcheva! Your referee in charge, Jacob Montalov.
Referee equipped with those goggles. That's Ref Cam to take us inside the smart cage for the action. Lisa Molden in the blue, Dakota Ditcheva in the black. I don't want to let that number be lost. The graphics showed Dakota Ditcheva a minus 4,500 favorite as this fight begins. Leg kick to open the action from Ditcheva. Push kick from Lisa Molden. Overhead left, and then a front kick misses for Ditcheva. You can see the speed of Dakota Ditcheva on display. Nasty combination.
But she threw a punch with her leg stuck up there. Wow.
You saw the smile on Dakota Ditcheva's face as she heard a couple of boo birds when she walked out. As she is fighting an American, she's an absolute rock star over on the European scene. That walkout song everybody gets to dance in, and here she takes the back of Lisa Malden. Good work to get back to the feet.
Malden's a little wiry herself, though.
Yeah.
She's the one initiating
Both
the
of them.
grappling on the mat, and she
Both long for this
up.
weight class, both wiry. Nice scramble by Ditcheva to get back to her feet.
As we took a look at this matchup, I thought one of the interesting things here was, I mean, Dakota Ditcheva is a superior athlete to everyone that she has fought so far in her career. I don't think it's as obvious that she is a superior athlete to Lisa Malden.
I agree with that. They both were doing a great job of defending in the beginning. She almost had to slip Ditcheva's kick to the face.
Yeah.
She had to slip it like a jab earlier.
Good pressure here against the smart cage barrier from Dakota Ditcheva. You can see the heavy favorite in the top corner of your screen.
I like what Malden is doing with her legs. She's keeping that space.
Gracie's a frame.
Oh, there we go. She's smart.
Steps across with the throw. Temporarily on top, Dakota Ditcheva scrambles right back to her feet.
Nice scramble again by Ditcheva.
I like the urgency from both ladies. In previous fights, we saw people getting a little bit relaxed. The urgency to escape immediately.
You can see a nasty swelling on the lead calf of Lisa Malden. I think there was only one kick that landed there.
Two calf kicks. That's 2 calf kicks. Wow.
Ugly welt there for Lisa Malden. She's ignoring it for now. Right hand there from Dakota. And a knee against the fence. Good push kick there from Dakota Ditcheva. Back to work on the lead leg.
Rips to the body by Ditcheva. Right back. Oh, big knee.
Nasty knee.
She's in trouble.
That's the end.
She's in big trouble.
Potentially, she's hammering away. Referee was looking closely. Lisa Malden looked for a moment like she was going to be finished, but no quit in this woman. Another knee to the midsection. Left hand coming down from the top. Malden kicking away.
Stop. Fight.
Ditcheva asked her to stand back up. Malden obliges. More body shots. This one cuts in. First round finish for Dakota Ditcheva.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, referee Jacob Montel, of course, they halt to the action at 3 minutes and 54 seconds of round number 1. Declaring your winner via TKO. Dangerous Dakota Ditcheva!
All right, I'm here with the winner for our Celsius post-fight interview, Dakota Ditcheva. Dangerous, they call you. And once again, you live up to the name, but the body snatching. We've seen it over in Europe, and again, it was the body work. Did you get the read early, or was that always the game plan?
No, to be honest, I just threw it in the moment. I just saw it and threw it, so it paid off, and that's kind of just what happens when I fight. It's just natural.
Well, an impressive performance, and now you won the European Championship. You're still undefeated, and an impressive regular season debut. What kind of statement do you think you made for the rest of this flyweight division?
A big one, of course, but so have the other girls. I mean, looking at the top 4 in the table now, you know it's not going to be easy, so I'm ready for the next round, and it's not over yet, so I can't celebrate too fast, of course. We've got a tough bunch of girls there to get through, so on to the next one.
Who do you want to see in the second half of the regular season?
I don't really care. I'm going to win it anyway, so give me anyone.
I got to ask you this. Everyone's cheering for you now, but, you know, the patriotism, you were hearing a little USA chant, you were hearing some boo birds when you walk out. That is polar opposite to what you experienced over in Europe. How did it feel?
And in the cage then, you were all saying USA. You don't just stick with the winners, you know. We want your support all the time, not just the when we're winning.
Well, San Antonio loves you now. Dakota Ditcheva, congratulations. Still undefeated, dangerous Dakota Ditcheva.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following regular season contest takes place in the women's flyweight division and is our co-main event of the evening.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. She's a former Muay Thai world champion and stands 5 feet 4 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 125 3/4 pounds and holds a professional MMA record of 4 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. Fighting out of Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia, Chelsea Hammer Hackett! And her opponent, fighting out of the red corner. She is also a former Muay Thai world champion and stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 125 1/2 pounds and holds a perfect, undefeated record of 11 wins and no defeats. 9 wins coming by way of knockout. She is the 2023 PFL Europe Women's Flyweight Champion and fights out of Manchester, England. Dangerous Dakota Ditcheva! The referee in charge, Blake Rice.
Chelsea, you ready? Dakota, you ready? Fight!
Ditcheva in the black kit, Chelsea Hackett with that push kick in the white.
Straight away with the low kicks.
Southpaw stance for Ditcheva. Now she switches, attacks the low leg. Oh! Straight right hand!
Hackett trying to recover, trying to pull this into a grappling range. Now she's going to be open to knees.
And this is where Dakota Ditcheva has been so nasty in the past. These clinch positions, but good double underhooks here from Chelsea Hackett.
Nice blockage by Ditcheva with the double overhooks and blocking inside the thighs, taking away the leverage of Hackett.
Hackett trying to pull herself towards these underhooks. Dakota doing a good job of maintaining some space, building a frame with her forearm. Hackett with the double underhooks. Now she's turned against the fence. Looks for the outside reap. We can see the bruising on the leg of Hackett already.
Hand control by Ditcheva. Hackett with a hook in. She's got the far wrist trapped.
Coach is going to circle off the fence here, I think.
Trying to control that wrist to circle out that way, get out of the lock.
Interesting double bind here from Hackett. She's able to stay behind Dakota. Dakota's trying to dig that left elbow in, trying to turn herself to face Hackett, who's still challenging the lower body of Dakota.
Good hand control by Dakota. Hackett can get that far wrist right. She can drag her to the mat. But the hand control of Ditcheva is keeping that, making that very difficult.
Just excellent work here by Chelsea Hackett to keep Dakota Ditcheva defensive in this position. So many opponents have just find themselves washed under by the aggression and offense of Dakota Ditcheva, but right now, Ditcheva is just trying to get herself off the smart cage barrier.
Yeah, Hackett looking strong here, but that frame's causing some issues.
Another driving knee to the body and then upstairs, and there's the right hand behind it from Dakota Ditcheva. Now back to distance. Push kick to the face.
Teeth to the face. Wow.
Switching the stance for Dakota.
Through the straight left.
Wow.
Straight left.
That had some heat on it.
Inside of 2 minutes now in round number 1. Co-main event, Dakota Ditcheva and Chelsea Hackett. Ditcheva makes the playoffs with a win of any kind.
Those knees are brutal.
Oh, nasty combination. And the body work, and that'll do it. Dakota Ditcheva with a quick 6. And clinches the #1 seed. Our co-main event is in the books. Let's make it official with Andy Shepherd.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Blake Grice calls a halt to the action at 3 minutes and 22 seconds of round number 1. Declaring your winner via TKO and clinching their place in the playoffs, Dakota Ditcheva!
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with your winner, Dakota Ditcheva, for our Celsius post-fight interview. And you just got a quick look at the brackets there, so you know who your next opponent is. You're top of the leaderboard, #1 seed, so you get #4, Jenna Bishop. Give me your thoughts just on generally the division right now and where you stand in it.
Do you know what? I watched a little bit while I was warming up, and I was actually most impressed with Jenna tonight. I thought she gave the better performance out of all the girls, so it's going to be a good match for sure.
And what about your performance? I mean, you were expecting a first-round finish. You wanted the finish. Was there any additional pressure because it was kind of expected of you at this stage?
Yeah, it's pressure every time. Everyone expects it. But I also do. I think when I don't get the stoppage, I'll probably be gutted myself. But yeah, I mean, I suppose everything. I've got loads of pressures, so I deal with them well.
So how is this format suiting you? Obviously, PFL Europe last year, you got 3 fights. You won the European title. This time it's 4 fights. You're into the playoffs. You've got 2 more to get the world title, the $1 million check. How are you liking this format?
I like the format. I'm just not used to so many girls speaking about me at one time. I feel like every girl in the tournament is talking about me, calling me out. And yeah, but the format itself, I like it. I like to be in the gym all the time. I'm improving. I just absolutely live for this sport. So yeah, for me, I'm ready to go again now.
Well, give me your thoughts on the other side of the bracket. What are your thoughts on Liz Carmouche, Tyler Santos? A lot of people are going to be paying attention to that, 2 high-level fighters. First of all, give me your thoughts on that, and then, of course, your matchup with Jenna Bishop.
Do you know, I think it would be a really good match. It'd be one that I would watch even if I wasn't on a show or anything. So I'm excited to see them 2 go at it. 2, high-level girls. Liz obviously been around, got the Bellator belt, and Talia could just come over to the PFL now. So it's going to be an amazing matchup, and I'm sure mine with Jenna will be after her performance tonight as well, because I thought she might have just stolen that a little bit.
Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for dangerous Dakota Ditcheva.
Stay on the tape for this co-main event brought to you by Celsius Live Fit. Dakota Ditcheva, 26 years of age. Jenna Bishop is 12 years older. Ditcheva, 4 inches taller. That 4-inch advantage on the height translates to the arm reach as well. Ditcheva with 2 inches in her favor on the legs.
Tonight in the co-main event, we'll go back to the women's flyweight division for their second semi-final as we get set now for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing the blue corner at 5'4", weighing in 125 and 1/4 pounds. As a professional, she's nearly perfect, 7 wins, just 1 loss, fighting out of San Diego, California, Jenna Bishop. And across the cage, her adversary, fighting out of the red corner at 5'8", weighing in the same 125 and 1/4 pounds, the 2023 PFL Europe flyweight champion tonight stands undefeated as a professional, holding 12 victories, no defeats. She fights out of Manchester, England. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing dangerous Dakota Ditcheva! And your referee in charge, Blake Grice.
Tyler Santos watching on with great interest. She will face the winner of this fight for a $1 million women's flyweight championship. Ditcheva in the black, Jenna Bishop in the blue.
Straight away, Dakota takes control of the center. She's going to be able to push her opponent around here with the threat of the striking, but if Jenna Bishop starts to wade forward, Dakota needs to prioritize takedown offense.
feints so far from Ditcheva. Bishop in that southpaw stance.
She keeps tipping that hip and threatening to throw that kick. Keep Jenna off balance and keep her from wading in.
Yeah, and these guys are open stance as well, so if Dakota decides to throw that rear leg, the body is wide open. Unfortunately, the benefit is for Jenna Bishop because she can hit the liver from her side, but still the body shot is open.
Dakota likes the straight right hand to the body as well, and there's a push kick. We mentioned the body so much with Dakota Ditcheva because that is her favorite target, and in recent fights has led to her victory.
Dakota dropping back there, looking for that counter left hand.
She dropped back, gave up a little ground, and then loaded that left hand, and Jenna stopped. She saw it coming.
Yeah. Thing is, if Jenna Bishop can rush into range and pull that attack, then she's got an opportunity to level change underneath. It's always going to be difficult for a closing range, though. She's got to be super careful.
Nice knee.
And here's a big takedown for Jenna Bishop. This is where she wanted the fight.
Santos is laughing.
Tala Santos loved that flare takedown.
Beautiful double. Jenna punched her way into that deep double leg, picked her up by the back of the thighs, and flared her to the mat. Beautiful execution.
Dakota Ditcheva does have one submission victory to her credit in PFL Europe. That was against an opponent at a very different level on the ground than Jenna Bishop, who is a grappling ace. Long and successful career. 2017 IBJJF World No-Gi Championship.
And this is really what people wanted to see from Dakota. The questions weren't around whether she's a dangerous striker. It's what happens when she gets put on her back. And this is where the answers are going to be found here. Jenna Bishop trying to pin that ankle down so she can look to pass. She's trying here, but the long limbs of Dakota are going to make it difficult for her. Now she's setting up a triangle, but I don't think she's going to get that on Jenna Bishop.
Well, her leg was between the legs of Jenna Bishop in a butterfly position. She wasn't able to lock up the triangle. But good work to get back to her feet.
Dakota framing out now, traded places with Jenna. She's got to stay inside, re-pummel, not give that body lock up to Jenna. Jenna will circle that underhook and try to trade places with her again and put her back on the fence.
Randy, this answers one of the questions we had coming into the fight, though. What happens if Ditcheva tries to grab that tie plum and clinch where she's had so much success? Well, this is what happens. Jenna Bishop gets to be where she wants to be and pressures and grapples, and at least one time gets Ditcheva to the mat.
Good hand control by Ditcheva.
90 seconds remain in round number one. Ian Parker, a betting expert. How'd you play this fight?
We had Dakota in the parlay, and also we threw a little sprinkle on by TKO or KO. I will tell you, the confidence that she's going to have now getting up is going to be unbelievable.
And there knee. Beautiful knee from the plum.
And Ditcheva beckons Jenna Bishop back to her feet and goes immediately on the attack.
Bishop in trouble.
And that does it. First round finish, and Dakota Ditcheva silences the doubters. Wow, nasty work again for dangerous Dakota Ditcheva.
Ladies and gentlemen, it comes to an end. 3 minutes, 54 seconds into round number one. By TKO, she earns her place in the $1 million Women's Flyweight World Championship. Dangerous Dakota Ditcheva!
I'm here with your winner, Dakota Ditcheva. I've given you this can for the Celsius post-fight interview, but yours is a lot nicer and shinier than mine. Look, undefeated, 13-0. It's the result a lot of people expected, I'm sure yourself included, but was there a moment where you landed on the floor there and you thought to yourself, now this is where I get to prove myself?
Did they expect it? Because I've took a lot of crap talking off the internet, off whole fight week, all the girls in the tournament. I think I proved enough just there. We don't do no split decisions around here.
So do you feel that the undefeated record and the hype train that he's tumbling on, in spite of everybody resisting it, Do you think that's starting to irritate some people now?
It's irritating a lot of people. I mean, Jenna, her whole team, the mean girls that she's got there at her club, whatever, been talking, tagging me in stories the whole tournament. She's just going to join the list of cans now, so take a seat.
Okay. Well, we've already got your next opponent. Just first of all, give me your thoughts on the fight between Liz Carmouche and Tyler Santos and what you make of her as an opponent.
Another one that likes to talk, but a very tough girl that has proven herself, so I'm looking forward to it. This is a fight so many people have wanted to see, so I'll be there to put on a show, and it's not going to be another boring 3-rounder, that's for sure. Not where I'm involved.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring in Tyler Santos, and let's get a face-off. We're going to switch sides here, ladies. What a fantastic battle this is going to be. Two of the best female fighters on the planet right now. Fantastic strikers, veterans, future legends of the game here. That is a $1 million fight. The winner of this will be your PFL World Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2024 delivered the first ever PFL global season in their division. And now, after a spectacular one, we feature their inaugural $1 million Women's Flyweight World Championship. Set for 5 5-minute rounds, we introduce first the blue corner. At 5'6", weighing in 125 pounds even, the former UFC title challenger, after a successful first PFL season, has earned her second chance at a world title. Accomplished as a professional, she brings 22 wins, 3 defeats, with 13 of her 14 total finishes occurring in round number 1. She fights out of Florianópolis, Brazil, presenting Tyler Santos. And now across the smart cage, her adversary, out of the red corner, at 5'8", weighing in 124 3/4 pounds. Last year's PFL Europe champion looks now to make it 2 titles in 2 consecutive years. A proven finisher, she stands at an undefeated 13-0, stopping all but one of her opponent's 10, of which coming in the very first round. She fights out of Manchester, England, introducing dangerous Dakota Ditcheva! And your referee in charge, Keith Peterson.
Both of you have been given your instructions. Touch gloves if you like. Let's fight.
No touching the gloves. Tyler Santos in the black kit, Dakota Ditcheva in the blue. Ditcheva still undefeated through 13 fights, 11 knockouts, 1 submission. Starts with a leg kick. Tyler Santos is by far the most experienced opponent Dakota Ditcheva has faced. Almost twice as many fights as Ditcheva herself. 25 total pro outings for Santos.
I'm interested to see if Santos is going to try and draw Dakota in before she tries to take down. Wow, hard inside low kick.
He's attacked both the outside and the inside of that lead leg so far in the early goings here in the first round. And there she goes again. Santos has to be very careful about reaching down.
She's already got Brighton on the feints.
That was a nice right hand. Holy cow.
Builds a frame with the hand. Santos is trying to get that body lock. She's got double underhooks, but can she keep a hold of it? Dakota trying to use that knee to get some space between the hips. As soon as Santos closes those hips down, the outside reaps start, and she's excellent with that technique.
This is a very important moment for Tyler Santos because that right hand hurt her. She was blinking. Now has an opportunity with these double underhooks to get Dakota Ditcheva to the ground.
Nice job by Ditcheva to turn it around on her. Twisting body lock, put Santos on the bottom.
Training with all those larger women at American Top Team, paying some dividends. And that was the first time we saw Ditcheva go to that shovel hook.
Santos is biting on that jab feint. She needs to be careful. That left hook's coming around the side. Look at the size difference compared. And I love the fact that every time Dakota pulls that lead leg out of the way, she starts to pressure immediately, straight away with the elbow there, Randy, yes. Back on the takedown defense here. Santos now going low. She's going to try for that reap on that leg if she gets that body lock again. Head position, paying dividends for Santos.
Keep touching her. Right there.
Red corner, Aaron Abbey. Cody Conan Silveira.
Nice active feet. Control your breathing. Nice active feet. Yes, good knee there. Watch the hook. Watch the hook.
Nice takedown.
Immediately back to the feet. Dakota Ditcheva not capitulating on that takedown from Tyler Santos.
Good hand control by Ditcheva, making it difficult for Santos to get a lock and keep her there. She's fighting hands well.
It's a lot of work for half a second of time on the ground.
Nice job.
Strips the grip, spinning elbow off the fence. And again, she's got Santos biting on those feints really well.
Push kick twice. Oh! And the right hand cracking off the side of Tyler Santos' face. Beautiful hook from Dakota Ditcheva. When you have a size advantage, that's fine. When you also have a speed advantage, it gets a little bit unfair in these striking exchanges.
She's tenderizing that lead leg as well. The longer the fight goes, the more that leg is going to become bruised and swollen.
Outside the range of that flurry from Santos. Ditcheva on the retreat, seeing everything. Push kick again.
Santos pushes forward with a jab. Finds herself back in the center again. Dakota keeps switching. I think she's going to go with a knee to the body off that switch if Santos moves forward.
Oh, push kick to the face. Ditcheva showing off all the weapons in her considerable repertoire here in round one. Under 1 minute now in this first frame. And a flurry from Ditcheva.
Beautiful right hands.
And an elbow to finish that combination. She has Tyler Santos hurt.
Knee to the body there. And this is where we see Ditcheva really start to go to work. She smells a little blood in the water. Her opponent shells up and you see that rip to the body, then the plum and the knees come.
If you look like a wounded animal against the fence, she's going to start to dine out. She switches into a very predatory style of fighting where she's looking for multiple targets to hit you. Santos with the high guard.
Big knee.
Good movement on the head from Tyler Santos to avoid that long left. Final 10 seconds in his first round. Second frame next. Second round of a possible 5 for a women's flyweight championship here in our 2024 PFL season. Dakota Ditcheva still undefeated in the blue. Tyler Santos, a one-time UFC title challenger in the black. Sean O'Connell, Dan Hardy, Randy Couture here beside the PFL Smart Cage. Last chance to shop. Redcon 1's Black Friday mega sale, up to 80% off site-wide. Claim $170 swag bundle for free. Stock up on everything you need to kickstart your new year.
Man, what a knee to the body that was.
Two big knees up the middle. She's trying to frame out, keep Santos off of her. Santos in on the waist, and a nice body lock. Hand control by Ditcheva.
Yeah, she's clearly done a great deal of hand fighting, but I think Santos has got a grip on that far side wrist look. Shinya Aoki style.
Seatbelt in the standing position.
Yeah, now Dakota's going to have to spin the opposite way. She's going to have to turn to her right to spin and get that wrist free. There we go, beautiful spin out there. Back to striking range, and every time they break, Santos just looks a little bit more disappointed that she's got to find a way back inside. See how she's biting on that feint from the jab with Dakota. Beautiful jab to the body, my goodness.
Up to that 1-3 combination. She's biting on that fake.
Good jab from Santos after absorbing a leg kick there. Shop the #1 fight short in the world this Black Friday, up to 70% off the entire site when you scan to shop tonight. Takedown, official apparel partner of the PFL. Scan that QR code on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen.
Lovely footwork. What I like as well is every time Dakota steps inside, she doesn't always throw. Sometimes she steps and has a little look, sees where the gaps are. She's a very observant fighter in that regard.
She sets traps. She does little fakes to see how you're going to react, and then she makes you pay for it.
And even when you work your way inside of the distance that might be more favorable to you, she punishes, pushes you back out to where she wants you. There's that bottom of the foot to the face again. And the leg kick starting to show wear on that lead leg. Tyler Santos just avoids a head kick.
Seeing a lot of damage on that lead leg.
Santos now jousting behind her jab.
Dakota circles, tries to find space, and Santos kind of plods after her, not giving her the space. Beautiful straight left.
Dangerous out of both stances. Nasty knee in the midsection, but Tyler Santos pulls Dakota Ditcheva into the smart cage barrier.
Santos has definitely been doing her crunches because you can't take knees like that unless you're very well conditioned.
Absolutely correct.
But that wrist control, cross-body wrist control here.
Trying to frame out.
Yep. Santos trying to get head position. Dakota trying to get the tie clinch. She sneaks out of the side.
Nice elbow inside. That elbow caught her right in the nose.
Push kick to the face from Dakota Ditcheva.
I think Santos is hurt.
Elbow coming in from Ditcheva. There's a combination.
Santos is hurt.
Santos not moving a lot right now. Circles away off the smart cage. And this is that aggressive style you're talking about. Big knee. Ditcheva smelling blood. Perhaps literally as it's coming from the mouth of Tyler Santos, who grabs a hold, give herself some reprieve.
And this is where we see the level of Santos as well. I mean, she's not having her way right now. She's taking some really big shots. But almost every other person that's been taking these shots so far has crumbled, and Santos has not yet.
Nice elbows. Beautiful inside elbows. There's that knee up the middle.
That one hurt Tyler Santos.
That one digging deep for sure. Santos is in big trouble. She's in big trouble.
Dakota Ditcheva to the body again for a championship.
Once again, we welcome back inside the Smart Cage's Excellency Badr Al-Qadi, Vice Minister of Sport, as we announce the official time, 4 minutes 41 seconds into round number 2. She is the winner by TKO. She now collects the $1 million payout, and she is now the 2024 PFL Women's Flyweight World Champion, Dangerous Dakota Ditcheva!
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with your winner for your Celsius post-fight interview. Dakota Ditcheva levels to this game.
I mean, I've been telling you. I was trying to tell you, but...
You think they're going to listen now, right?
Maybe. I'm sure they'll still be moaning about me, but I'll just keep proving them wrong.
You're the first person to prove this system. Europe belt, world championship. What's next for you?
Oh, I don't know. The world is mine. I don't know. We'll have to sit together with PFL and see what we can come up with. But I just beat the best girl that's out there out of any other division. So outside of any other division. So I don't know. Me and PFL, I'm sure, will come out with something amazing again.
Tell me about this. Tell me about this fight. What was the game plan coming in? And was there anything that surprised you? Were you surprised she took the shots that she did? Was it easier than you expected? Did you expect more effort trying to defend the takedowns? Talk me through what you're thinking.
Yeah, I mean, she's a tough girl, but I knew what I was capable of. I worked so hard. My team knew what I was capable of. Right from the beginning of this season, if I'd got her in the first round, I would have done the same thing. And they've been talking, and she's been saying, she's just a Barbie, she should be a model. Well, a model just beat your ass in round 2, so shut up.
Now, I did hear you shouting over at the executives over here. I kind of feel like we need to take you to Manchester, right? I kind of feel like we need a Manchester show, and I'm a little bit biased.
Brendan is about to bring home his second world title, and then next year, no more PFL shows until we've been to Manchester. Tell them, guys, Manchester crowd is up there waiting.
And just one more question for you. Talk to me about what it means to have great coaches, family. You know, you've got such a great support network, such a great story as well. Your mother was a champion, your brother's your pad holder, you've got a fantastic team at American Top Team. It's not just a solo effort, is it?
I honestly could not do this without my team. I'd crumble. Do you know what? I cried pretty much every day this camp, been going through so much, and these guys have kept me stuck together, and I couldn't have done it without them. It's been tough, so my brother flew all the way over from England, come out early. He literally puts his whole life on hold. He's not even got a girlfriend because he's always with me and never goes out. He's back and forward from the gym, and I don't give him a minute, so this belt, bro, coming here is for you. He's had me, I've been crying every single day in camp, and he's kept me going, so this is the man. I love him.
What an amazing effort. Congratulations.
Can I just say one thing? Happy birthday to my Uncle Lee back home. He had a surprise party that he was refusing to go to because he was watching me fight, but I hope you enjoyed it. And Nana, give me the money!
Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, Dangerous Dakota Ditcheva!
Click below to subscribe and watch more MMA content.